What's up and welcome back to the Kinda Funny Gamescast live for Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. Of course, I'm Tim Geddes. I'm joined today by Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Good day, Tim.
Greg Miller.
Yo!
And Andy Cortez.
Hello.
What's that shirt? Is that a naked man?
It's Rush.
It's Rush.
Starman.
You got a naked man on your shirt?
It's a Starman.
Wow.
One of those things that, like, when you wore it, if you were a kid in the 70s or 80s wearing this in high school, they'd be like, you're
Devil!
you're the devil. Go to church.
Yeah.
Can't have a pentagram on your shirt.
Told the story before, but Cool Greg, the first time he got in trouble at school is because he was in, like, first grade wearing a shirt that said "fuck fear, drink beer" from Stone Cold Steve Austin.
My favorite.
That's awesome.
My favorite ever.
Bunch of fucking lame-ass San Francisco teachers.
Remember, everyone, this is the Kind of Funny Gamescast. Each and every weekday, we get together to talk about the biggest reviews, previews, and topics in video games live on YouTube, Twitch, and then later on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, please support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free. Watch us record them live, and you get a daily.
Nice.
Look, it doesn't even say fuck. It's got a skull where the U goes.
I can say anything.
It could be
Fuck
fuck. Yeah.
Still the drink beer as a elementary school
yeah.
kid.
Come
Root
on.
beer.
And I'm pretty sure the back of the shirt had skeleton hands flicking
Nice.
off.
You can't see the skin.
That's not even
It's
a real
okay.
human, though. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting these kids ready for real life.
Yeah.
All right. And Cool Greg was doing them a favor.
Exactly. If you love what we do, please get the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. You get the shows ad-free, and you get a daily exclusive Greg Way. Always a thrill. Always a great time. For a chance to be part of this show, though, you can submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. If you have any fun little indies that you're looking forward to in 2025, please Super Chat them our way. Give us the little pitch of it, and we'll check it out, because that's what this show's all about today. Remember, we are an 11-person business all about live talk shows. Games Daily was talking about the new little tidbits we got from Neil Druckmann about Intergalactic The Heretic Prophecy, a.k.a. ITHP.
That's what we're calling it now.
No.
There we
Yep.
go.
No.
It was too long of a
refuse.
name. Now that we know the Heretic Prophecy.
You can just call it
Tony Hawk's
Intergalactic.
Pro.
No, because then I go, oh, the Beastie
HBS.
Boys song?
Nobody says that except
And
you.
then he goes, oh, the Nolan film?
Interstellar.
But when you say
It's a different word.
ITHP, everybody's like, oh, Intergalactic, the Heritage Prophecy.
Yeah.
What's funny is that
Love it.
whenever we do say intergalactic, I think of there was like a Netflix show with Kid Cudi or some shit.
Man, sounds like a big problem that Greg solved.
Intergalactic.
I
Yeah.
solved it, everybody.
Can we call it the Heretic?
The innocent joy in
Kevin
Kevin's...
kept doing that earlier, Andy, but the gate was not picking him up fully, so it's just... Classic shit. After this is going to be the continuation of our Pokemon Nick Lock. Andy, you have been in that room for many hours. How are you feeling about the journey? Where are we at now?
Yesterday was already kind of a breaking point. Nick loves going to the mall in Goldenrod City. And Mike had kind of had it with the mall. And it's just like Mike wants to just push on, but we all know what awaits us at this third gym. Tim warned us. Tim's the rival in this game, but still the real Tim, has warned us before. Professor Adeoye has also tried to help us along the way.
There's a
This
Professor
motherfucker
Adeoye.
doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't know anything about this
No way.
playthrough. Full sprite
Bless,
is
you gotta watch our content.
Well, now I do.
Just
Bless is fully animated. Tim, I don't know if you saw the intro
Also-
animation you have.
No.
Oh,
The only thing I've seen is the bump, the
oh,
push.
oh,
Oh, I need
Kevin,
to
if
go
you
back
could
and-
find any of that footage,
let me
We're-
look for that.
So Kevin,
tiny
we're not gonna find the
specific
time to
scene
watch a 12-hour
in
stream.
12 hours.
let me just
Gotta give me time.
let me just let you know, Tim, that I worked really, really hard to try to encapsulate the spirit of Tim Gregg. Okay,
Yeah.
and the
Blonde
spirit of Tim.
he went way
That's
dark
one thing
there.
that didn't work because in the game, the rival, red hair, and they always say there was a red-haired kid, and I typed in blonde hair to replace red hair,
you.
and that take didn't work, whatever. But
Got it.
the animation of whenever Tim comes into the battle animation, there's 3 frames. The normal rival does something like a point or whatever, but I had Tim go.
Yeah.
He does a dude, the sort of shrug with the
I love
clap.
it.
Oh,
I
it's
love
so
it.
it's
Good.
so good. I'm so proud of it, Tim. Yeah, we got Blessing in the game. I was trying to get Roger to be the assistant, but the assistant in the Pokemon Center or in the Pokemon Lab with Professor Adeoye is also just a generic little character that shows up everywhere. So there'd be a shit ton of Rogers all over the place.
I love that.
That's crazy.
So maybe
Professor
that
Adeoye is actually my dad.
Maybe we don't do that. Yeah, yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I got to change it to Professor
no,
Bless because I gotta change it back to Professor Bless. I don't know if you heard Bless. Oh, another great little moment right here. We're just talking about the.
I love it.
I love talking about myself, everybody. But the
You should be proud of what you did.
so in the mod, in this program, I can do a search and replace. So that made it a lot easier this time around, in a way. Because last time, when I wanted to change Professor Oak to Professor Kev, I had to search Oak and look for all the times that Oak spoke, and then manually type in Kev. Or anytime he's mentioned, change it. You know, it was kind of a pain in the ass. This most recent one, though, I searched for the word Elm because it's Professor Elm. Search for Elm, replace it with Bless. And we're like, cool. This is so easy. At first, it was Bless.
Okay,
I did a Blesses first. And then a character would do a move, and it would say, "Your character, the Pokemon is blessed." So it replaced the
anytime it found it.
Anytime it was overwhelming, or overwhelm, blessed was now in the word.
So now it's over Wadioye.
well, now I replaced any of those instances and put like Adioye in its place. But then yesterday we had a great one where a Pokemon got hit, and if you want to make sure you want to water the plant and get it Scoello, and it's Soak. So the OAK in Oak became Coelho.
Awesome.
But those are little bugs. I'm not too worried about them.
Crushing it, I think.
We're killing it. We're doing a great, we're not doing.
Here we go.
We're not having great, momentum.
God, I love this.
You crushed it. Look how good he looks.
Tim is
I'm so angry.
So like Mike has not been happy with the progress,
Dude, I miss the piece of shit rivals. They don't make them like they used to.
Such an asshole, dude. This guy is a jerk, man. Everyone nowadays, bless, is just like they want to hold your hand. They're like, hey, man, great battle out there. I can't wait to keep on. This guy is such a dick. It's kind of awesome.
Rumors are it's Giovanni's estranged child.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. So there's that little Tim versus animation, and then we get the little hand clap right here. Dude. There it is.
That's
dude.
so
Andy,
good.
you're so talented.
There it is.
That's awesome.
Everybody check out the Nick.
But we're worried about this third gym.
You should be.
We are worried. Everybody's telling us to worry about. It's a normal type gym. What's the big deal? But one of them.
Oh no.
But this Sabrina lady, I think
the teenage witch.
Whitney.
The psychic one from the first one.
Also, you walk up to the sign and it just says like, you usually walk up to the sign and it'll be like, oh, this is the gym that belongs to Blaine, the fire, whatever the hell. It just says the attractive girl or whatever is what they call her. But she's got a mill tank. And this mill tank move apparently will wreck parties, which is fine when you can just resurrect your characters and level up more, but not in a permadeath run.
Blood will be shed.
Yeah.
We're worried about
splattered.
it. But Mike just wants to get to it.
I get it.
He wants to quit dilly-dallying, but then that's going to lead to an early death. So
What
it's
are you guys trying to? What do you got to do?
Blame?
What do you guys got to do?
I'm worried about it. I'm kind of worried.
I don't want y'all to over prep. I want them to die.
No.
It'll be better for content. I see where Mike's coming at it from, but that's also like us redoing a lot of stuff, and it's probably Kevin and Nick being like, Andy, can you just reset the things to whatever?
I would never ask that of you.
I added like 90 ultra or 90 rare candies last time for you.
It's it needed to be. Remember that room where they would just keep populating?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. Enough about that, though. You can wait and watch that stream right after this, though. It's going very, very well. Shout out to Andy and all the boys for putting so much work in and making some awesome shit. And also thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining, Carl Jacobs, and Omega Buster. If you remember, you also get the Greg way that I was talking about. 16 minutes about reviewing games and the PlayStation Portal ruining Greg's life. Wow.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Today we're brought to you by Monster Hunter, now built rewards and stash. But we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's start with the topic of the show. The topic of the show stems from a couple days ago. Bless was going through his game's daily little Steam wish list, looking at some indie hidden gems potentially that might be coming up. And Greg Miller has a big old wish list himself.
Yeah, this actually stems from you.
us.
You were talking about wanting to do this hidden gems thing. You were talking about the games from showcases that we've seen and you forget about and yada, yada, yada. And you had a bunch of examples. And I took your topic to be, oh, well, what's funny is we see this. I have my Steam open whenever we do this. I wish list the games and then completely forget about them.
Totally. Yeah, because it started with, I wanted to do a topic that maybe at some point we'll do in this format of thinking about games that we saw in a showcase from anybody, whether it's an indie showcase, PlayStation showcase, Xbox showcase, Nintendo Direct, whatever. One of those games we look and go, whoa, this looks cool. And then we totally forget about it. And then maybe it comes up at another showcase eventually, or maybe it doesn't. So it would require us to kind of go back and like pull some of those from them. Because the impetus for me was A Midnight Walk, which we saw in a PlayStation State of Play.
Kevin, can I say Midnight Walk? I don't remember this.
A year ago or so. It's the PSVR 2 game, but it's also playable just on PS5.
Okay.
Super cool stop motion look to it. And
It's like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Exactly. I wanted to shout that game out and be like, where is it? And then a week later, the State of Play answered the question, gave a release date, and here we are. So now we've shifted the topic a little bit here to be more just like looking through the wish list of Greg Miller and see what fun games he's looking forward to. Remember this one, Greg?
Oh.
Here's a little dude.
Yeah, vaguely I remember this.
This was a good. I mean, the latest showing of this was fantastic.
Yeah,
really kind of like, oh shit, we were kind of sold already, and this one looks really awesome.
This is like the
and
one
freaky.
game where I was like, I might bust out my PSVR 2 to play this.
yeah. I'm gonna dust off the one back there.
Yeah,
So dusty.
It's not dusty at all. It's in a nice Tupperware.
you're gonna need a big.
It's set to go.
You
You want to
My
play?
eyes
It's
are gonna
ready
be
to go.
itchy. I'm gonna need someone to scratch them.
I'll scratch your eyes for you.
Greg, you want to start?
Sure. Hey, everybody. It's me, Greg Miller. I have 19 games on my wish list at the moment. It was 25 when I sat down when you wanted this topic, but there's games that have come out that I then was like, oh, well, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And let's just say what Blessings too afraid to say.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Andy
Everybody's
sneezes
sneezing
too
today.
much.
There's
It's
an
something in the air.
There's something in the
It's
air.
The dust on the
From the
PSVR 2. I'm telling you.
Let's just talk about how amazing the Steam Deck is. You know what I mean? Like,
Pretty
what
good.
an
It's
amazing
really good.
thing. And what, and
Oh my
like,
God.
let's just give it to you as well. The Steam is a platform.
Yeah.
Pretty goddamn impressive.
Pretty goddamn.
I'm
big.
happy to be part of this new wave of gamers coming to PC gamers that are like normal. Like, I'm a normal gamer. You know what I mean?
Oh.
For years, PC gamers have been there just all glued together. You know what I mean? They're all stuck together in their little basements, their filthy little keyboards, their Cheetos everywhere, their Dr. Pepper just laying everywhere. You know what I mean?
You delivering this with your mustache really changes the vibe of it all. He's licking his lips.
But no,
a lot.
I went and filmed the movie, as you all know, Kind of Funny podcast. Go listen to it. And on the way home, because I was studying my lines on the way there,
Of course.
busted out the Steam Deck
any
and was
true Hollywood
going
artist
through a million different games on here that I'd been waiting for, had taken codes for, and was interested in. Stuff like While Waiting, which we had seen forever ago, a little waiting game where you just, it's similar in vibes, I would say, and what it's going for to the British game we really like. Thank goodness you're here. Where it's got that, it's just all about getting to these jokes or doing this kind of thing. Enjoyed that for a while. I had heard nothing but good things. This is before the review embargo yesterday for Wanderstop.
Oh yeah.
I booted Wanderstop and was immediately super impressed with the voice acting, the setup, what's going on in this world. Are you familiar, Tim?
Is this the one that was formerly the Ghost Bike?
No, that's Wheel World.
This is one that was developed by the same people who did Stanley Parable.
Oh, okay.
But now it's like more of a cozy game where you're somebody who was a warrior, you've been defeated a bunch of times, and now you're kind of like down, and then you happen upon this tea farm, and then this guy invites you in and is like, yo, you're going to work on this tea farm now.
Really, really well done. Really well voice acted. Yeah, the idea is you are that character there. Everything Bless said, but what's really cool is like, while she's hunting for this warrior to learn how to get back to the top of her game, her sword becomes too heavy. So there's a lot of metaphors going on here. And the tea guy can just pick up your sword. So it's not your sword. It's, clearly you. And so you stop here and it's a cozy game of growing the tea leaves, making the tea, yada, yada, yada. I was so disappointed in myself of like, I love the setup. I love the characters. I love the idea. I didn't love making tea. I didn't love growing tea leaves and making my plants bigger and all this stuff. Totally a Greg problem, not a problem with the game. Just not that cozy farm sim game I want. But I recommend it if that sounds interesting because everything happening with it was super, super cool. LOV says, is it Tai Chi? No, of course, because you can just say chai. Chai means tea.
Just keep fucking it up, Greg. Tai Chi. Goddamn.
There's a Games Daily reference. There's a Games Daily reference, everybody. So I jumped around that. I jumped to some embargo stuff I can't talk about and shouldn't talk about, blah, blah. But then, of course, I was like, you said this, and it got me thinking about all the things I toss onto my Steam wish list, yes. And so of my 19 games, there's some bangers on here. I would toss right at they're not ranked, even though I should go through and do that sometime. But the first one here is one that I can't wait for, and I'm a huge loser for.
Wait, real
Lushfoil.
quick, do you have them all written down?
No, I don't, Kev.
All right.
But I'll call them out. If the ones I want to talk about, I'll call out. Can you give me the latest Lushfoil photography sim trailer, Kev, off YouTube? Annapurna, of course, just did a showcase 2 weeks ago where they did a whole bunch of games, and Lushfoil was in there. Lushfoil, one I've been stoked about forever. Of course, this is just the photography game, right?
Dude, stunning.
Everybody knows. You know what? Here, Andy, actually, you know what? You know, you weren't on the Kind of Funny podcast yesterday.
No,
Maybe you haven't heard. I am a movie star now. I went and did that Spider-Man thing,
Right.
You can see here, you're my witness, okay? This is Brandon, Spider-Man, the guy who wrote the movie or whatever. He's excited to watch it, blah, blah. And then he says, could you send the behind the scenes photos you took, right? I put him in a Google Drive. What's he say right there?
Oh, wow. These are great.
I took an intro to photojournalism class at Mizzou in about 2004.
Oh,
and it
yeah,
really
wow.
rocked
Paying
my
off
socks
now.
and changed everything about me. And so, as much as I love a photo mode in the game, you know, when I really am into a game, I usually have on Instagram, here's 20 photos I'm dropping of all this dumb shit I did. This game just being about photos, walking through with the nice cameras, going to Iceland, Japan, all these different things. Like, I am excited for this on many different levels. How long will I spend in it? I have no idea. I don't, because even when you look at this, it's like, we've had photography games before. Lest we forget Africa on the PlayStation 3, Andy.
Of course.
And it's one of those.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the one that Porty's in.
Oh, well, I mean, Toem.
Toem.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say season.
Pokemon Snap.
I like
you
that
know.
game.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap.
But it was also we talked about
we
it before.
liked
We like it.
Season.
I didn't love
wanted
Season.
to love season.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even there they were adding so much stuff in there, right? And the Toem has like a narrative in it as well, and they're getting hats and costumes and stuff. Whereas this is like just go take photos. So I'll be interested to see how they judge my photos. Are my photos good? Are my photos bad? Whatever thing that
I
I'm
played
stoked for
this for about an hour at Summer Game Fest.
If
last
you
year.
remember, I forget why I gave you the demo because you had to switch something else out.
Yeah.
And I was not happy about it.
And I was so annoying because I was playing this and like literally every 20 seconds something would happen and I would just like whoever was walking by I'd be like, you see this shit? do you see these gates? Like, what are we talking about, man? Like this game looks unreal, but I played it. It is real. Like and it was on a
Unreal 5.
beefy ass PC, and you could set the settings like it seemed like it was a limitless scale. That's like
I love
whatever
that.
the power of the PC is, you can push it. And like, my God, look at this thing. Gorgeous.
Does this do anything for anybody else other than Tim?
Yeah. Like-
Visually it does, but I don't really know how. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Greg, where it's like, how long will I actually be in the game? We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing. Is it's more of a curiosity and more of a
Yeah.
fascination with it than I'm going to devote my life to it. I want to hop into this game maybe for a few hours and take pictures and like just admire what it is. But I think for the photography sickos out there, I'm like almost envious of, man, you guys are about to get something really special. Hopefully,
right? And that's the but here's something interesting about my Steam wish list, and I would say my Steam Deck is I feel like because I look at Steam as it's a Steam Deck thing, it's a portable thing, and I know obviously I can play it on my computer and blah blah blah. But like the way I consume Steam content, and I think the fact that we don't everything we're gonna read through here is independent, which usually isn't, hey, we gotta get the review embargo, we gotta do this thing, blah blah blah. I'm always way more casual with the games I'm playing on Steam, which I think always leads to like what I just did on this flight of while waiting. Okay, I did 5 or 6 rounds. I get it. I'm moving on. Wanderstop. Oh man, I really like it, but not for me. Okay, I played Redacted too, which we've had not the joking. We're reviewing Redacted from Striking Distance Studios. It came out like last year, maybe even 2 years ago at Christmas time or whatever. It was the one where they were.
It was the roguelite sort of.
Yeah, they put it in the Callisto
setting.
Protocol thing, and it was like I played a bunch of that on this plane where I was like jumped in. I was like I was interested, but we had other reviews. Got in here, and it was like. Played around, I was like, okay, yeah, you're not Hades. If I want to play this, I'd go play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but that's how I consume it. And that's what I'm thinking with Lushfoil as well. Where even though I bet I'm going to play that on PlayStation rather than Steam Deck because I want it to look as pretty as possible, I see that definitely being like, I'm thinking I'm going to play that for 2 hours and see if the mechanics work for me enough to make me actually come back and over
It's
and over again.
very simulator.
Yeah.
Like it's very like you're tweaking the camera settings and like the way that the angles you're turning and like what
Dutch
like,
angle, I've
yeah,
heard of it.
It's pretty damn cool, but like it reminds me more of like a Gran Turismo than anything. Of like you're getting in there with this stuff.
You ever heard of an f-stop?
Oh yeah, I know that.
A lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Was broken in the Dragon Age photo mode for a long time. I don't know if they ever fixed it. I was always like, this does jack shit. What the fuck's going on? now we get into some interesting stuff because there's ones that jump out at me, right? But if I'm just going down my list, the next one is We Took That Trip. I don't even remember this game. Don't even know why I put it on there. A game made for you to relax while hitting the road. Dive into a heartwarming journey of friendship, loss, and reunion. Drive, customize, and upgrade your cozy van.
This cat's driving.
Why
No,
not?
the cat's not
I think
driving.
No,
Cats
he's in
is
the
next to, yeah.
passenger seat.
As you explore
We were
ever-changing
blocking it.
roads through immersive landscapes. This is just a coming soon game from Loquito. So this must have popped up on some showcase. And I look at this again and I go, yeah, I'd fucking play this. Again, will I play it forever? Will I just drive around and see what's up? Probably just drive around and see what's up. But Tim, that's what the wish list is about. It's about things to keep my eyes on so I don't lose them.
I'm so excited because going into this, I was just like, oh, fuck, I've talked about all the things on my wish list. I had it sorted wrong because like all the games had come out already. And then I just hit date added. I'm like, oh shit, I have hell of shit.
What's funny is
coming up.
I'm realizing the same thing as I go through my wish list where
You're
I'm like,
welcome,
oh,
guys.
I missed this the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we got to talk about, at some point, we got to talk about this game called Spine. This is Gunfu.
Okay.
You're going to like this.
Cool.
Oh, that one.
You know, yeah, Andy
that
knows
one's
the one.
funny. That one's awesome looking.
Matt Exposure says Greg loves a game description with the word loss in it.
Yeah, dude.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
I have
It's so
everything
true.
now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm living the best life, so I need the
Holy
I need the
shit.
I need the games that are the sad ones. Number 3 on my list is Dear and Boy, a cinematic platformer where you follow the journey of a boy who, during his flight, meets an unexpected companion. Together, they will overcome many obstacles that will change their lives forever. You see it here again. Another one that I don't recall well.
I
I
don't
forget
either. This looks
where
great,
we saw
though.
this.
We
when
definitely
we saw
saw it during a showcase.
It was definitely
and
a showcase,
It looked
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I do remember it.
Ooh.
I do remember us, immediately throwing out, oh shit, Greg's going to be all about this.
If you had
Oh.
a guess, because people in chat, there's somebody in chat that wants to look up exactly what showcase this showed up at. If you had to guess, what showcase was this at? Because I'm going to say...
SGF. I think it was a little one given out of it. SGF.
Ooh.
Well, maybe Game Awards pre-show. Fuck.
Yeah, it does feel pre-showish, but it also looks really cool. I'm going to say...
I'm
going to say...
I'm going to go with SGF.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
What's this one called again?
I'm going to say
Dear
Stay
and
Play.
Boy.
It's got a fantastic art style. I like the stylization of the way the character looks. It kind of has the same body style of the graffiti game that Cool Greg liked with
Concrete Genie?
Concrete Genie.
Concrete Genie. Yeah, kind of gives me some of those vibes.
Sure, I can see that. Little
The
simpler.
deer's growing up, kind of some Neva vibes. Neva.
Number 4 on my list needs no introduction. Tears of Metal.
Ah,
This is, of course, Paper Cult. This, of course, from the people who made Blood Roots. I adored Blood Roots. I don't think anyone played Blood Roots. I was so fucking proud of Andy Cortez when we were watching whatever showcase they did the debut trailer, which isn't this one. They threw up this thing and Andy caught it immediately off the fucking. He was like, "I know that art style. Wait, it's Greg. It's the thing." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" It was Blood
did
Roots.
it on a party mode. Yeah.
Tears of Metal looks insane. It looks awesome. It looks like such an elevation of what they found success with and what I liked in Blood Roots. Tears of Metal is the medieval hack and slash co-op roguelite. Carve your way through hordes of enemies to reclaim your island with the help of your formidable Scottish battalion. As you advance deeper into the trenches, uncover more about the mysterious dragon meteor and the treacherous enemy invasion. What a fucking art style from Paper Cult. Raph over there, a good friend. Stayed at my house once.
Oh,
Hid multiple Bonhomme Carnivals in my Christmas tree.
Oh shit.
So there you go. But even that aside, just the fact that he gave me a bunch of Bonhommes.
There
What
are
a game.
very few game menus that'll do to me what like the roguelite 3 choices. Like where
I'm
I'm like,
just a simple man.
like all I want in life are the 3 choices in a roguelite of how am I going to upgrade my character? What
Yeah.
choice am I about to make? Give me plus 10 damage right now.
right now, dude.
I'm such a simple son of a bitch, Like you show me that, and then I'm like, okay, but like roguelites, they're all over the place. Like, are we getting tired of them? Everybody, there's so many of them, and then I'm in and I go, oh shit, this is gonna be plus 5 fire damage. Goddamn. Here we go with this fire build.
Greg over the weekend told me about a game. He was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be such a you game."
That's embargoed, right?
Yeah, I don't think I can talk much about it.
Yeah, it's embargoed.
but it's like a first-person puzzle game, right? At least that's how I've always viewed it as. And I was like, okay, cool. I know I'm gonna be into that game. And then I booted up a review copy of that game, which I can't talk about yet. But like, once I realized that there was an element of repeating, of like, oh, you're going back and replaying elements, I'm like, oh, I'm fully in on this.
Yeah.
I just love restarting shit.
I played that for a while, but it's like literally once they got to the concept, I was like, I text plus. I was like,
yeah,
oh, man,
I was like,
you're
here
gonna
we
be a part of
fucking
this
go.
one.
Yeah, I mean, you bringing up just kind of going back to when we were looking at the gameplay for Lushfoil, the photography sim. And my immediate thought is, how long will I be in this world until I go, maybe I just do another Hades run? I'm at 78 hours of Hades played, Hades 2 played.
Nice.
I can't stop. I do many runs a night. I can't stop playing this damn game. It keeps on getting better and better. There's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, I'll wait until the game comes out. Dude, it's unbelievably, it was already great at the super pre-alpha. It is just on a different level right now. I can't stop talking about Hades 2.
Boot that up.
I can't stop talking about Hades 2.
I keep wanting to wait until it's actually out in full because I don't want to spoil my dinner.
I'm waiting, man.
But now I'm like, man, maybe I should just start eating.
With every run, I'm just like, the amount of, like, if I, with these aspects and this will give me this, dude, it's just so fun.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Build crafting.
Up next is one that's out, but I haven't purchased yet. Sticky Business. Again, probably a wholesome direct. I don't know where we saw Sticky Business. It's from Spell Garden Games. Experience the joy of running your own cozy small business. Create stickers, pack orders, and hear your customer stories. Time to build the cutest shop on the internet. So you just go through and make stickers and sell them in your own little Etsy shop or whatever. That sounds awesome. It's
Very
$10. I'm
Snowbike
going to buy it right now while I'm talking to you
That looks
about it.
so
You know what I mean?
cute.
I don't want to forget about this.
Cute.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm penciling down. I'm gonna spoil a future game showdown for you guys. I'm penciling down game showdown mini game. Where was this game revealed?
Oh,
Let's go through games, or it's like, all right, where do we first see this?
I mean, I'm already bad at Game Showdown. If the game is like what happened recently, like there's no memory.
Also, bless, like, Tim is really good at remembering that shit.
I have no retention.
Something.
But here's the problem: is Tim is good at everything.
Thank you. I know all these fucking chat. The questions are geared towards Tim. Video game history. Fucking learn some shit, y'all.
Maybe add a physical component to the game, like, but also
then
throw
I'm
this
fucked.
ball into this bucket 6 feet away.
No, now we got a problem, guys. So I went to purchase Sticky Business, but it wants the security code off my card. I don't have my wallet on me, and that's now frozen Steam. So we'll jump to my wish list on my deck. So
While you do that, I got some super chats here.
Thank you.
Mello. Actually, we're gonna get to the super chats after a quick word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Monster Hunter Now. Whether I'm taking Ben to the playground, soccer practice, or on a hike with Jen, I'm wandering the outdoors more than ever. That's where Monster Hunter Now comes in. It's an authentic Monster Hunter experience on your mobile that lets you find and hunt monsters in the real world using your phone, whether you're out on a walk, commuting, or just need a quick hunting break between your console sessions. And right now, there's no better time to jump in because Monster Hunter Now is running an epic collaboration event with Monster Hunter Wilds, packed with surprises that any Monster Hunter fan won't want to miss. Let's talk about the good stuff. For the first time, a monster from Monster Hunter Wilds has made its way into Monster Hunter Now. Players can also experience the thrill of riding a Sacred from Monster Hunter Wilds with the new layered equipment and so much more. This won't be available once the event ends, so don't miss your chance to get it while you can, and don't you worry about me and that Sacred look. I already unlocked it. But that's not all. By completing event quests, you'll unlock a special gift code that can be redeemed in Monster Hunter Wilds. These rewards will give you an early head start, making sure you're geared up and ready to take on the next big adventure. So if you haven't already, now's the perfect time to download Monster Hunter Now. It's free to play, and trust me, once you start hunting monsters in the real world, you'll be hooked. Go to kindafunny.com/mhnow, jump into the event before it's gone, and I'll see you out there. Remember, that's kindafunny.com/mhnow. Happy hunting.
This episode's brought to you by Built. Y'all already know I'm a big points and rewards guy, but here's a PSA for anyone who rents. If you haven't heard of Built, you're about to thank me. Earning points on rent is now a reality where you pay your rent through Built. You don't even have to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use towards flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. Let me break it down for you. There's no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built points toward. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So, if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/kindafunny. That's JOINBILT.com/kindafunny. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Join built.com/kindafunny to start earning points on your rent payments today. This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash. Saving and investing can feel impossible, but with Stash, it's not just a reality, it's easy. Stash isn't just an investing app. It's a registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with dependable financial strategies to help you reach your goals faster. They'll provide you with personalized advice on what to invest in based on your goals, or if you just want to sit back and watch your money go to work, you can opt into their award-winning expert-managed portfolio that picks stocks for you. Stash has helped millions of Americans reach their financial goals and starts at just $3 per month. Don't let your savings sit around. Make it work harder for you. Go to get.stash.com/kindafunny to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's get.stash.com/kindafunny. Paid non-client endorsement, not representative of all clients and not a guarantee. Investment advisory services offered by Stash Investments LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk. Offer is subject to T&Cs.
That's how easy it is, everybody. Sticky business. We got it. We're up there. We're making it.
Making them stickers.
We're doing it. We're doing the damn thing. And a beat. You can see
They
that,
can't
you
hear
can see
the
that
gate's
girl
too
where
high.
she's like, at her desk doodling lo-fi
Oh,
beats.
yeah,
You've heard
yeah,
it, Tim.
yeah.
You know what's up. How you doing?
Mellow Fellow super chats in saying, Little Goody Two Shoes. Just play the trailer. Kev, can you bring up the trailer for Little Goody Two Shoes? I'm excited.
It's going to be
Bless you.
perverted.
It's like a different kind of pollen in the air today.
Yeah,
It's hitting different.
Dust.
spring.
It's the
Spring
PSVR
is
2
sprung,
dust.
man.
It's the
Telling you.
PSVR 2 dust.
I think it's review season. Spring is sprung for sure.
It is review season. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about the season.
The forecast was sort of looking at review season.
Oh, hold up.
Little Goody Two Shoes. Oh, I remember this.
This looks cool.
Oh, shit.
Feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh vibe to me.
Yeah.
There was a lass whose fate was led by a pair of ruby red shoes and a burning desire for everlasting fortune. But fate had other plans for her.
There's too many good games.
The
Yep.
young hero of our story.
She looks like Sailor Moon.
If
a
Sailor
little bit.
Moon was in
follow her
Yu-Gi-Oh
daily
style.
Yeah.
life in the remote town of Kieferberg. Forced to be a maid of all work for the town's old crones, she
This is kind of
dreams
rad.
Yeah, I
A
kinda
whole
fuck
bunch
with
of
this.
different
her
styles.
fortune and escape.
Like if Starry was WarioWare.
Luckily, Elise
Yeah.
has her dearest friends by her side.
Oh man, I can't wait to get back to Fields of Mystery.
Those feelings run
There's the
deeper.
Marine.
Yet at nightfall, not all.
I love
is as
the
it
anime
seems.
cutscenes.
The woods beckon her to face her fears
Face
and
your
attain her dream.
Like a top-down adventure with a bunch of different genres. Is it top-down? Is it orthographic? We don't know.
Don't ever say that word again, Andy.
Oh my god.
This is crazy.
That looks kind of cool.
Dune?
Oh, no.
There you go, you pervs.
Sick-ass title treatment.
Okay.
Out now.
Out now.
Oh.
Wow.
What are the reviews?
Hold on a second now. Hold on a second now.
It's called Little.
Little Goody Two Shoes.
A lot of games, man.
A lot of games.
I know, right? Don't have time to play the games I got now.
Jam Van says, I'm looking forward.
Overwhelmingly positive are the overall reviews, very positive in recent reviews.
Came out in 2023.
Venture into the
Wow,
woods as
wow.
you play Little Goody Two Shoes, a phasmagorical horror narrative adventure where all your
Phantasmagorical.
I said what I said.
Fair.
Where your decisions matter.
Jam Van says, I'm looking forward to Date Everything, the dating sim where you can
Oh,
date
yeah.
all the things with a crazy voice cast with Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey, Neil Newborn, and more, including KF favorite Ben Starr.
Boo.
Neil Newbin, I believe.
Neil Newbin?
The voice actor for Asterion.
Is that pronounced that?
I think it's Newbon. Yeah, Newbon or Newbon.
Newbon.
Sick.
They probably misspelled it.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Y'all hyped for Date Everything?
I am. I like a quirky dating simulator. I feel like the last one I played was a while ago. I don't know if you guys remember Boyfriend Dungeon.
Yeah, of course.
But I've been craving something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is something nice about like, I don't know, just a bunch of quirky, like in Boyfriend Dungeon, it was the fact that you were dating your swords and then taking the swords into dungeons or whatever. Date Everything being a thing of I'm dating literally all these inanimate objects and they're voiced by like all these cool ass people. I'm in the mood for something like that right now.
I'm glad that you enjoyed the voice acting debut of Andy Cortez.
Yeah. Wait, you were in Boyfriend Dungeon?
Yeah.
No, you weren't really.
In the most minimal fashion
No
ever.
fucking way.
Every character was supposed to have like a lot of lines, and I recorded a lot of lines, but it was reduced to just efforts of just stuff like that.
How did I miss this?
Yeah. I was just a little NPC, tiny little, you know.
I didn't know this either. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn. How many games is Andy in? We just don't know.
We
2?
have no idea.
2?
Yeah.
What
What's the other one?
Elden Ring.
Kill It With Fire 2.
Mellow Fellow says Spark the Electric Jester 3. Best way to describe it is it's a spiritual successor to Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, put it up. Put it up.
Spark the Electric Jester 3.
Oh, man, dude. Just looking at this guy's character design, I'm like, I would have been drawing this motherfucker nonstop in elementary school.
It's crazy the chokehold that Sonic has on some of us because I don't even like Sonic Adventure 2. And hearing Sonic, I'm like, oh, shit.
It's on my wish list. I own it. I'll tell you what. One thing you guys, I've never heard you talk about them, but the Sonic live action movies are good. Ben's been watching Sonic 2 a lot. We've been watching a lot of Sonic 2.
Christ.
Get off this piece of shiitake planet. Like, that's good,
Oh.
Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Jim
wow.
Carrey, you're good.
You're good. You ad lib that?
Oh.
Interesting. I like this.
I mean, I'm getting Sonic like Heroes, but I guess that's just because I fuck with Sonic Heroes. It's because I like Sonic Heroes.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Greg, let's get back to you.
Up next is Project C. Not much to say on this one, right? You're talking about, of course, Half Mermaid, Sam Barlow. One of these kind of games. You know how I love everything Sam Barlow does. Her story. Immortality, of course, the most recent one. Just in for whatever he's doing. So remember, this was that weird thing where Half Mermaid announced like 3 games at once or some shit. It was like weird things and just started putting up pages. So, of course, I wishlist that. I'm not worried about not being able to keep up with it, but I would need to be there. I need to be on it. And again, if you are, and this is a Blumhouse game, remember too, I love Blumhouse and their horror movies, let alone them doing more horrific games and stuff. While we're here, it's worth pointing out, you'll hear a lot about it on Monday, where we, of course, are doing our big GDC stream. Something like 20 developers or with more than 20 games coming through. We're kicking off with the Mix Kind of Funny Spring Game Showcase like we do everything. You will hear it throughout that day, driven into your head. Remember, wishlisting games helps developers so much, especially indies. Like, it is so helpful for them getting coverage at IGN, so helpful for them to get raised up on the Steam wishlist, to get in front of other podcasts, other press, stuff like that. Like, if you like a game, you need to wishlist it, which is why I've been more and more adamant about it over the years.
When do you think we see this game?
Project C?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? Because again, I can't remember. They have a Silent Hill one too, don't they? Didn't they announce something?
They announced multiple projects.
Yeah, and I can't keep them all straight. I'm just waiting for them, whatever they,
because I'm
whatever the next one is.
That's too risky. I was gonna be like, is this like a fantasy critic? I should get in on this because I feel like now when I look at Sam Barlow, I'm like, you're guaranteed.
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Like you make bangers here. There's no way this is coming out this year, right?
I would think no, because we know so little, but who knows? Sam's
I don't
fucking
think it's
crazy.
this year.
Telling Lies came out in 2019. Immortality came out in like 2023.
25, 9, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's not coming this year.
2026.
There's no way.
Okay. The next one I have on my wish list here at number 6 is Masters of Albion. Of course, this is the one where Goddess guy, not Peter Moore. Help me out.
Yeah.
Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux popped up and announced this, and he was like, he's always full of shit. I'm like, well, I gotta watch. I gotta know what's happening. Build by day, fight by night in this epic story of power and consequence. Design, build, and customize your world from the food your people eat to the clothes they wear, the weapons they wield to the homes they live in. Possess characters at will in this unique god game, Masters of Albion. Of course, Peter Molyneux, known for many different reasons in the video game industry. Maybe you think he's a genius. Maybe you think he's a fraud. Somewhere in between, he is definitely someone interesting to watch with what they're doing with games. So they announced this one, and I wanted to make sure I was keeping tabs on it because it is outside of my normal wheelhouse, but I'd like to see what's up with it. Of course, this is the one where he came out afterwards and was like, it's in the Fable universe. And people were like, but you don't own Fable. And he's like,
I said Fable.
Albion, it's all the same world. Like, people, what are you talking about? How is that possible?
There's no like Mike shit to do.
It really is.
I just said it. Now I can't take it back.
The legalities be damned. Who cares?
From there, I would jump to number 7 on my list, which is Rune Factory, Gardens of Azuma. Rune Factory, a well-known franchise throughout the world, and one I've never, ever played. So I don't even remember why this one got my attention going as we watched the trailer. Welcome to the Eastern nation of Azuma. In this fresh take on Rune Factory, use your powers as an earth dancer to restore the land, its people, and even its gods. Along the way, battle corrupted monsters, rebuild seasonal farms and villages, and form bonds with the locals.
This is something you'd make fun of us for liking.
Yeah, honestly.
The title only.
You
Yeah,
also
for
look
sure.
at this, you're just like, Game Freak, what are you doing? Get your shit together.
Yeah, for sure,
Like,
for sure.
even if Pokemon game looked like this, we'd celebrate in the streets.
Yeah, I mean, as we watch it now, gorgeous art style. Again, the dancing part I'm all about. You know what I mean? The town building. Again, this is what I'm talking about, though, is my Steam wish list is I'm interested in that. I want to know more about it as it comes. And again, I think we're so good here, and I should only talk to myself. I'm so good at knowing, obviously, PlayStation, Xbox, what's the big thing? What's the next big? What is Ubisoft doing? Sure. But I think little things like this slip by me. And so I want to be better, obviously, about that as we get into it. It seems simple enough, right, as you get into it, but maybe it's not, and that would turn me off because when you start getting complicated, right? But we're locked to a grid as we see them build here. I'm fine with that. It's when I'm trying to do these Fallout shelters and I'm putting things on. Not Fallout shelter, Fallout 4. I'm trying to build shelters in or whatever, and it was not looking good. I got all pissed off. This seems like something I would touch and leave immediately, but
Got all pissed off.
fucking
Got
Fallout
really
4.
uptight by it.
Fucking ruin that game.
We got a couple super chats coming in. AP says, run the trailer for Holston, please. Holstin.
Ah.
You know this
Holston,
one?
yeah, Holston is a kind of like very old school take on survival horror. And whenever you go, you're kind of watching your character in third person with fixed camera angles. And then as soon as you go to like shoot a zombie, it has a really awesome art style, and it goes to like third person and you're kind of right there. Then it zooms back out. But the art style is kind of what's really, I think, the one selling it. I hope I'm wrong. God, it'd be so funny if I'm just like explaining the wrong game. Yeah, this is like
another Sonic Adventure
totally
2
different
game.
thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking of because I've seen it circulate on Twitter a whole bunch in the last couple of years.
Sir, it's circulating on Twitter.
Yeah, whenever you see the indie developers be like, post a screenshot for your game. Yeah, here it is. And I think the art style is just really fantastic. It has that very sort of old school 3D
I've seen this
pixel
game.
art.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I might have-
using awesome rendering tech.
Was this at SGF?
No, I don't.
Maybe I'm thinking of
I don't-
something
I'm
else.
not sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's just that, the camera angles, whenever you sort of zoom in, looks really awesome. The way it works in action.
Or did I think of a different one? There was some Resident Evil game that was at SGF that was like top down, like this, and then you would aim down sights.
It's very possible this is it. Yeah.
It might be this.
Damn, yeah, that transition's sweet.
I just added this to my wish list. That's awesome. I like that one.
Then Alec Bobko says, Rune Fencer Alilia, a 2D Metroidvania with a dope art style. Kev, that's Rune, R-U-N-E, Fencer, like it sounds, and Alilia,
You're Kevin laughing.
F-E-N-C-E-R.
Rune Fencer Musashi.
And then Alilia is I-L-L-Y-I-A. Thank you.
Are you lost, child?
Oh, is this another one of the? No, never mind. I was gonna say, is this another one of them Twitter games that I've like wish listed from Twitter?
People who arrive here don't come by choice.
Oh, shit.
They come by the will of the goddess.
Oh.
Shit, maybe this is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, this looks
What? Dude,
Games are so fucking cool.
they
Yeah.
really are. Man, this looks sick.
Like,
Got a
show
cool
this to
little
a
site.
child in 1992,
Sick.
and you'd be like, oh, that's Game of the Year.
Yeah, this starts a massive franchise.
Yeah,
This
honestly.
changes the industry.
Like, if this comes out in 1992, it's like, it is what Mario is right now.
Universal Studios has an Ililia land or whatever.
Matt Eggman says, the indie I'm looking forward to the most is Pony Island 2 Panda Circus. I love Daniel Mullins and have great
Oh.
memories with his
Inscription.
games.
The Inscription.
Oh, that's
dev.
right. Okay. You guys hyped for that one?
I mean, I'm just hyped for whatever Daniel Mullins is working on. Like, I after playing Inscription, it's like, okay, this dude is
He's different.
different creatively, and I know that it's always going to be a kind of a mental ride that he takes you on.
Yeah, I never went back and played the Pony Island game that came out before Inscription. I feel like I should, just based on the fact that, yeah, Inscription works so well on us, and I know Pony Island has some of that weird shit going on too.
I don't know why
that
in my
weird
headcanon,
shit.
I assumed this game existed only without a first one ever coming out.
I thought that too. Yeah.
Maybe I created that in my head.
That was like R. Kelly's Ignition remix. There was no ignition.
That's not true, right?
I've never heard it.
Oh no,
So it
yeah,
can't
but
exist.
nobody's heard it.
Does it exist? I don't know, and I'm
But
not
it's out
looking now.
there.
He's canceled.
You
It's
know?
over. The
It's like-
world will never know.
That's fair.
Nobody cares anymore.
Greg.
Yeah. Up next on my list, I have Herdling. Guide a herd of mysterious creatures on a stirring and beautiful journey into the mountains, ... and beyond. This is an Okamotive game published by Panic. We've seen it, like I said, most stuff we've seen before, right? Throughout many different showcases, maybe just the Panic showcase, I forget. But it's these giant weird-ass creatures. Herd them around, get them all. You're just walking them across the. It seems like another weird introspective game, right? We know very little about it. I don't think there's much going on. This is the ID at Xbox showcase, but right?
Oh, I do remember this.
Guide these guys out. Let's go be a shepherd. You know what I mean? We got these weird horned creatures.
Learn-
I'll get them where they're going.
You're hurting them, but can you hurt your feelings?
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
Wow.
that's kind of
This is all happening because, of course, Grandma died. You know what I mean?
Oh, Grammy, and you had to take over her little homestead.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, beautiful, big environments, moving these guys around, a different kind of gameplay. I mean, I know we've heard of things before, but I'm interested to see what they're whipping up with this. This looks like a goofy little story. So yeah, let's get in there.
Like the Death Stranding of kind of
Of
whatever this is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
Or
right.
being a shepherd.
But again, I'm just such a big fan of when a developer can just focus real hard on one mechanic and build the whole thing around it. How can we, like I installed Death Stranding last night, reinstalled it, and just to kind of like run around. And it's like, man, running around in that game just feels so expertly done because that's like the main fucking thing. And in this, like to have a developer go, we're going to hyper focus on whatever this mechanic is. Let's really do it like better than anybody's ever done it. And I love
What
when
if-
developers can really get in there.
What if we came together as a family and re-reviewed Death Stranding?
I mean,
Greg's in.
do it, guys.
I don't know that I got it in me, man. I don't think I'm ever finishing
Fuck, he's a
that thing.
coward.
Damn, just
I mean,
get
Rob-
with it.
I
Yeah.
tried, dude. I tried recently. Hard.
We should
And
try
I'm
to
so
do it,
in.
a month out, you think, from Death Stranding 2? Are you worried about burning out?
I
on
am
Death
a little
Stranding?
worried about burning out, but
So
like
2 months before Death Stranding 2. Then you get a month off.
yeah.
We should look at the calendar and figure out where that does and where we should actually look at big game
I
releases
mean, I'm still
too.
fresh on it because I just beat it 2 years.
Oh, so you don't even
ago.
have to play it?
I don't even have to. I'll touch
You
it.
suck. I hate you. That sucks.
What if we steal Tim's phone and just like, you have to do this? Tim, don't listen.
If we like put him on content, that way he has to play it. Be like, oh, you're scheduled on the
Go
screen.
go be on the stream with Mike where he walks.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
I was gonna say, I guess we line it up for when they beat it, so we could have a 7-person Gamescast.
That's
of
smart.
us all
That's
talking
smart.
about it.
Yeah, we could do that. That's smart. I like that idea.
Well, I don't even think they know what they're
No, they
planning.
don't know. They don't know what they're
I've just been hearing like,
I walked past Mike's desk and I saw him on Amazon with fucking treadmills like open on the page.
and then
So-
I heard,
Wait,
yeah, but your plan isn't even to beat it. And it's like, well, no, I don't think we. I don't know what they're
They
doing.
got something going on.
I think the idea is someone plays it while Mike walks. But I was like, Mike, why don't you just play? He's like, I'm going to be walking.
Great point.
No, but you can do both.
Okay. It's always interesting to find out what people are doing to this company.
Yeah, yesterday I was walking to the bathroom and Mike looks at me and he goes, hey, Tim, call Peloton. Like, let's get a sponsorship for the treadmill. And I'm just like, not how it works.
Mike has no idea how this shit works.
But the whole
so-
reason this was an idea is because Roger has a walking treadmill. So why Mike is probably going to buy his own treadmill?
He wants
$5,000
$5,000
because
treadmill.
he wants a heavy duty one that he can run on, that they can handle like running in a lot
Because
of
that's what
situations.
he. God damn it.
A treadmill in this office would turn into a costume closet so quickly. People just laying their shit on it. And I should say, and I know because I'm using the fucking poles out there as jacket holders. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be the one putting clothes on it. But
Remember the balance beams that we had? That we used for like 1 week?
They were everywhere.
I
They
used
sent
mine
so
for
many.
They were under every
months.
desk.
I used mine for months, and then one day somebody threw them all out. Probably Nick.
Yeah,
Probably
probably
not.
Nick. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely Nick. My next one on my list is Wheel World. You might remember this one as Ghost Bike, which is a much better name, but they changed it and they put out a whole statement about it because it turns out ghost bikes are for people who got killed on their bikes. So it makes sense, but it's still not a great name, Wheel World. This one, I've always liked the art style of. I like the biking part of it, but again, it was Annapurna's showcase a couple weeks ago where they did the whole thing where the devs talked about everything they're doing, and I could be wrong. Hold on, I guess I don't have to guess. Yeah, one thing I did not know, everybody here, Kind of Funny Best Friends and everybody here, I was watching this presentation, and they immediately caught my attention when it was revealed, even though it's their name, they didn't change anything. I just didn't know because I'm an idiot. These are the same people who made Nidhogg.
Oh yeah,
which of course we
Wait,
adore. It kind of
what?
funny. We adore Nidhogg, and we've done
That's wild.
probably the game we've streamed or done party modes of the most, right? Anyways, they
That's where
do
you summon Satan.
exactly the whole showcase is the developers talking and then introducing their trailer. It was great stuff. And when they went in, they were like, "Oh, this is very much like Burnout Paradise, but for bikes."
Oh.
And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, really?" And like, as you watch this trailer, like we have the sound down, but you saw like it said Rome, build, whatever, and it's like, oh, like. It's all been there. It's been in front of our face the entire time. But like, it just didn't dawn on me what they were doing with it, right?
Slaps too.
Yeah. And so like, I after I watched the Annapurna Showcase, I added this to my fantasy critic because I was like, this. I mean, I'm not expecting 10s, but I'm like, this sounds like something I'd be super into, and I bet a bunch of other people will be into as well, and hopefully it'll get me 85.
I love the character
like
art
that.
style so much.
Yeah, right?
The way the character's faces look so good.
Yeah, so I thought, this is one that I added to my list a long time ago just because I was like, oh, that looks cute. But then the more I hear it, I'm like, wait a second, this sounds really fucking cool. And it's climbing my list there for games I can't wait for this year.
Played the demo a bit during Steam Next Fest. Not a whole lot, but just enough to be able to talk, bike over here where they tell you to go and you talk to some NPCs and then they tell you about a part that you can find over there. So you bike over there. It's like, oh, this adds, here's this new brake thing or this new pedaling system or new wheels or whatever. And you just kind of like start to upgrade your bike. It's really cute. I think it's
This
going to
conversation
hit.
just shot up like this game way up my list of anticipation.
Yeah, I would say go out, grab the part from the showcase. Kevin, I know you're doing a million things and you're doing a great job. I won't try to make you find it. I'm not sure if they broke it out, but it would be interesting to watch there because I really thought it was cool to hear them talk about it.
CJ Splitson says, anyone else looking forward to Demon School?
Man,
On
haven't
paper,
we
I
been
should
hearing
be.
about this forever?
Which
Yeah.
one is this plus?
This is one that is very Persona-like.
They came through for the
For-
GDC showcase last year.
Yeah,
GDC showcase last time.
They came through, for the GDC showcase, the mixed showcase. But yeah, it's like a Persona-like game, but the combat is a bit more isometric. Really cool art style, and it is from indie devs. Looks cool, but it's I don't know what it is. I think it is maybe just the isometric aspect that like doesn't really
Throwing
do it
you
as much
off.
for me. Yeah, it throws me off. It's not like my preferred kind of combat style, but it's very obviously
What the hell?
inspired by like JRPGs like Persona.
IGN.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
you might want to fast forward a game.
Was this not at? We had this at one of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right. Okay, sorry.
I think they opened the
sweet.
Indie Mix kind of funny showcase last
2 years ago.
stream 2 years ago last year.
Yeah, it is the thing of you're going from like
Ew.
being in a classroom, hanging out with the homies, and then you go into these dungeons.
This is cool.
It's very stylized.
Still dope. I know we're getting long in the tooth, and again, I said I had 19. We only got to number 9 there, so I want to give 2 more, and then we can feel it out. Whatever. One surprising no one. We've talked a lot about it. Hell Is Us. This is that Nacon, non-con, whatever, the Nacon game from Rogue Factor, which is the folks who used to be over at IDOS Montreal. And this is the crazy one that's if war is the closest we get to hell on Earth, it's because Earth harbors the worst of demons, humankind, in an isolated country ravaged by infighting. Discover the secrets of your past and deal with the repercussions of a mysterious calamity. This was just in that PlayStation showcase. It turned a lot of heads there after we got a very brief synopsis before and everything else. Now you're seeing investigation gameplay of it. It's meant to be. They talked about it in their JJB, right? Or JJB. No, JJB did his blog post when they originally announced it, talking about like it's not a Souls game, but it kind of is. Like, we're not putting a lot of information in the game in the HUD world. We want you to discover it. We want you to find it. We want you to go out and venture forth. But you got guns. That's cool. You got this cool thing here.
I have a quote here from a write-up from GameSpot. This is from Darren Bonthois.
I say Bonthus.
Bonthus. Because they had recently had the Nacon sort of direct where they showed off a couple of different games, and Hell Is Us was part of it. And they talked about this investigation gameplay, and the quote is from the creative director, Jonathan Jacques Belletet.
That's JJB.
JJB, who says combat is only 50% of the experience. The other half of the game is all about exploration, the discovery, the joy that's related to them, and how they play a central role in your journey.
Sounds cool, right? The
speaking to me.
investigation they're doing right there.
Unlike traditional games, Hell Is Us doesn't rely on quest markers or a guided path. There's no magical compass pointing you to the right direction. There's no quest journal with a shopping list of everything that you need to do in which order. Our player plattering approach encourages you to follow your own instincts, discover clues organically, and chart your own course through the
Man,
adventure.
let me tell you, Andy, last night I rolled credits on Outer Wilds, and I still gotta I think I have a lot more to do, but I want to talk about it later this week in full of like my full impressions. What I will say is that like that is a game that has a lot of investigation and a lot of like, hey, no waypoints, no direction, just fucking like do your thing and figure out like what you want to figure out type shit. And I think that might now be my favorite genre of video game. And like, I mean, hearing you read that and talk about it, I'm like, oh, hell is us having like this cool ass, like half of it being the combat and like, you know, all this cool shit we're seeing on screen, but then the other half being, hey, explore yourself and figure out what's going on in this world, and everything we see visually. Like, I'm very fascinated by what the fuck is going on in this world. Yeah, I'm so excited for this game.
Charlie, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with the meme, you know, like having that string theory sort of thing in Outer Wilds was fantastic, kind of putting all the clues together. And I'm having such an awesome time right now playing through Dark Souls 2 for the first time, where I'm actually, for content, but also just for my own knowledge, I'm keeping notes as I'm going. So whenever I talk to a new NPC or they have something new to say in the game, on stream, I'll pop up the notepad and I'll start to write in, oh, that person's actually, that's his daughter. Oh, shit. We just found out who they were. And it's really elevating the experience a lot. And I really assume that this will be a big notebook game for Greg, you know?
Yeah, that's what gets, I mean, like, Hell is Us is a third-person action-adventure game that combines intense melee combat with the thrill of exploration. Explore a semi-open world and find answers to your questions and face mysterious creatures all along your way. That all sounds awesome to me. My one concern is it going to be Soulsy-like and super punishing, and I got to dodge and do it. Like, it doesn't sound like it, but that's my concern. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm right there with it. I'm going to have my notebook out ready to go and like try to keep track of what's going on, because it just seems like a really cool world.
Yeah, I can't believe this game's real. Like, this is one of those ones when we first saw it a couple months ago. It was just like, I don't
see you in 7 years,
it, right?
If that. Yeah.
And now it's coming on. Like,
September.
Same thing with Claire Obscura, which is like, where I'm like, how is this real? So, plus, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe Rise of Hydra is coming out this year.
I mean, maybe.
Bang,
we're going to see it. Marvel 1943. Get ready.
And then the final one I want to give a shout out to here is Threads of Time. If you think you don't know this one, you do know this one. You definitely saw it around social media. Kevin will get the trailer up. Threads of Time is an era-spanning turn-based RPG inspired by the timeless classics. Embark on a journey through time, gather a party of charismatic heroes from across the ages, and uncover a plot that threatens to unravel the past, present, and future. As we are well documented here, I am not the turn-based RPG guy. It takes a very special game for me to lock in on that. The art style they're using here, the fact that you're going through time to do it, I keep trying to find another Octopath. Like, I loved Octopath 1 and 2, and I keep trying to find it right now in modern times to grab me the same way those games did, and they didn't. This looks like it has the stuff to do that as we now jump into the far-flung future. Like, this game looks incredible.
Oh, wow.
Dude. If you haven't seen this, if you're an audio listener, go find this game right now.
Oh my
Threads
God.
of Time.
This keeps getting doper.
Yeah. It's Rio Games. It's being published by Humble Games. There is no release date. When they put out their initial stuff about it, they were very like, we're blown away that everybody cares about our little game. Thank you so much. So when we'll get it, who knows? But this looks awesome. Yeah. Like, this just looks like something I can't wait to play, even though I'm not the turn-based guy.
It's funny because I think me and Tim are always like, yo, where's the HD 2D version of Chrono Trigger? Like, remake Chrono Trigger using HD 2D. I didn't realize that they're already kind of doing it, right?
Yeah.
I'm so close to buying the Suikoden 1 and 2 collection. Like,
just because it's pretty.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty, but I've also just been really interested in like everybody's just thoughts on the story and how kind of ahead of its time it was. And seeing that looks freaking fantastic. Thanks for that one, Greg.
No problem, buddy.
Adding that to my wish list.
Threads of Time.
Threads of Time.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I just need every turn base to feel like Clear Obscure.
Man, can I tell you, this episode got me excited about video games.
Hell yeah.
Video games are cool, man.
And Greg already said this, but next Monday we're doing the GDC mix stream all day, and like we're gonna get a new round of these games to look forward to. Like, I'm so excited to see like what are gonna be the games that each one of us sitting here are like stoked about that we didn't know about. So everybody get your wish lists ready.
And get ready for Monday, like we said, kicking it off with the showcase, which is a filmed, live or taped thing, debuting 60-some games, I think, breaking news on 60-some games. And then, after that, an all-day live stream with people in and out and some beers.
I want to get through the rest of the super chats to wrap the show up here. Peaceful Warhead says Mindwave by Hollowhammer. Okay. It's a WarioWare style game with a great art style and soundtrack. The demo's out now, but I can't wait for the game to release.
I think I was on a Games Daily with Blessing.
I think it was us too.
Yeah. Art style's very like Invader Zimish, I believe.
Sick.
Yeah, this is one that you should definitely check out the trailer to see how it actually looks, because it is, yeah, like Andy said, Invader Zim-ish, but like just a really cool hand-drawn, exaggerated art style.
Anslow in the chat says that Mindwave fucks.
Oh.
I
look at this shit.
I have one more, Kevin, from the link that I posted earlier from the assets. Because a game that I was very excited about last year was No Rest for the Wicked. And we've had that sort of early access drop where people were hopping into it. And while I loved the intro of it, I didn't love what the game was kind of, where I could see the game was going. And I think my overall wish for this game was like, I just want a campaign to play through. I don't want to log in and see daily missions and know that like, oh, this area changes with enemies, which is like awesome in a way, but it's like dynamic. But I guess I'm asking for what fans really, or what I don't want is what kind of fans want is like replayability. And for me, I'm like, just get me through an awesome campaign.
Narrative, yeah.
Get me through a 10 to 15 hour narrative with these amazing cutscenes that Moon Studio is capable of, who worked on the Ori games. It looks fantastic. And today they just had their sort of like direct that they do, and they haven't had one in a while, but today they announced that they are fully independent from Take-Two, and they bought all the publishing rights back for No Rest for the Wicked. And the upcoming update, I believe April 30th is when we finally get the co-op sort of update. Okay. But everything else that dropped with it, I have an article here. This is from Video Games Chronicle from Chris Scullion, and sort of just writes down things that they are kind of working on, and having to do with, you know, gameplay being expanded with a lot more story beats, with a lot more weapons, and mainly a lot of quality of life stuff. I think the game was kind of in an odd spot where it has the Dark Souls trappings of, do you want your character to be a strength character or a dexterity character, big sword or dual dagger, or mage, whatever the hell. But and that was cool, but then you were getting like randomized loot, which felt like, oh well, now I can't really experiment because I'm kind of stuck in here. And again, I didn't love kind of like logging in and seeing like new daily missions. Go take on 5 of these. Like, I just kind of want to play a story and have a game. But it feels like we're getting closer and closer there with the more updates that happen. The game looks still freaking fantastic. I think it's just one of the most gorgeous art styles you can see. And they've added a lot of cool spells and different play styles for people who aren't necessarily into the melee combat. There's a lot of really cool, beautiful looking magic spells that you can kind of play around with as well. So I'm excited that they're continuing to expand on it, and I hope that, again, it's not the game that I was wanting initially, but I still think that I can grow to love this game.
Hell yeah.
You just suplex that guy?
Yeah. They in the video they're narrating, and Gennady, the leads on it, was like, we know you all loved suplexing enemies, so of course we have to add a drop kick. And so right after that suplex, the character just does a fucking double leg drop kick.
Doomspud says, I can't wait for Replaced. Still so interested in that. I know you didn't love it that much, Andy, when you played a little bit of it, but
I wasn't in love with the combat, but everything else kind of surrounding it seems like this is going to be awesome, and I want this sort of investigative story beats,
Yeah. Oscar Navarro says, Disc Creatures World. It's a GBA style creature collector.
Ooh.
God, I love the games are just everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, if you liked a game, there is a spiritual successor to it somehow, some way. And then Mellow Fellow says, I'm going to give one more shout out to Mindwave. Kickstarter did 10 times its goal recently. Invader Zim style art with WarioWare gameplay. Indie hit incoming. And then the final one here, to Akkad says, have you checked Urban Myth Dissolution Center? It's a mix of visual novel a la Ace Attorney with horror game vibes and beautiful sprite art. No.
I have not checked that out.
Kev, can you pull that up?
What was it called again?
Myth Dissolution Center? Dissolution.
Good word, dissolution.
Dissolution is good. Good word.
Now we'll close out our episode today before we get to the Nuzlocke.
Nuzz it up.
Nick will leave the mall.
Yeah,
get to Whitney.
Before we talk about this, Tim, what was the Disc Creatures demo? What was it called?
Disc Creatures World.
Okay, Disc.
It's like a Monster Rancher type situation.
I hated the Monster Rancher theme song.
Cursed object.
Dude, so
Monster
fucking
Rancher.
Spiritual.
What does the
gameplay look like? Okay. Oh, okay.
Little investigator thing. This is going to be like on the top 10 of polygons of the besties.
Right next to Paradise Killers.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, everybody, let us know in the comments below what games we've missed. This was a lot of fun. We probably will do this again with other people's list to see what they have, because I do have a surprising amount that I didn't realize. But stay tuned if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Well, if you're on Twitch, stay where you are to watch the Pokemon stream. If you're on YouTube, you need to jump over to a different video, but you'll see it. It says Pokemon. It says Nuzlocke 2.0 Part 3. It'll be there. It's going to be a good time. Hearts will be broken. Until next time.
We'll see.
Love you all.
See you Monday for all the indie games.